good. A little bit more. All right.
Alright, Dre, whenever you're, we got good levels?
You.
Talk so I can see which mic is being used.
Hello. You.
What's up? What's up?
You.
Testing.
You.
Hello, Dre.
You.
Alright, y'all talk one more time.
You.
What's up,
Hello.
yo?
Test.
Alright, one more time.
Test.
You.
Uno, dos. Trace.
Testing.
I think, unplug that mic. Unplug. The one that being used.
Down.
Just unplug those.
You.
Sorry. Okay.
I'm already rolling, so y'all can just start whenever.
What we want to start with?
I guess just introductions. Alright, what's up? How's everybody doing? This is the Intermission Podcast. I'm Devin. Nice to meet you.
I'm Zach.
I'm Antoine.
We're interns at AMI. It's Artist Mill International. It's in Raleigh, NC. Some upcoming engineers, producers. We had this idea for a podcast to just talk about the things that happens behind the scenes.
And give y'all the tip.
Give y'all the tip, yeah. The intermission podcast tip. That's patent pending. But yeah, you guys want to start by talking about what brought you here to Artist Mill?
The opportunity to learn, grow, as a person, engineer, producer, kind of get my foot in the door a little more, networking, and hopefully collaborate and branch out a little more.
For me, it was just I've been playing music for a while, and I wanted to get more in the behind the scenes side of it, the post production, get to see what it's like to really form relationships with artists, and yeah, that's why I'm here.
I would say basically the same thing. You know, I think that's why we're all here. We have the same goals, and just trying to work together in a unified way to make that happen. But I would say the same thing, man. Just trying to get more professional experience, I guess you could say. Work with real artists, real local artists. Yeah. How long you guys been messing with music? Like, yeah.
I've been messing with soundboards, music, probably 20 years out of my life. I've been around it. Yeah, so.
That's a long time.
Nah, I
That's a
can't
long
say
time.
that. That's probably more like maybe 14, 15 for me.
That's still a long time, man.
I started out with instruments. I didn't really get into the beats and all that stuff until really 2-3 years ago.
I think I would be more in the same boat, like with Antoine. It's just been something I've been around, but like actually making it, yeah, just the past several years, and really seriously, just the past 2. So yeah, it's awesome.
What do you mean by really seriously, though?
Like actually seeing myself in a legitimate position, like being paid from either like my own music or just helping other people with their music, like, you know, in an engineer position. I just finally started to see, like, wow, there are real ways to make money, like if you just put yourself out there, you know. And there's a lot of different avenues. Like I tried to go the online route with selling my own music, but I don't know if it was like lack of experience or knowledge in how to do it, and lack of guidance, but I just was not successful after trying for, you know, a while, say maybe like 8 to 10 months, maybe even a year.
What, through BeatStars?
I tried BeatStars. I put like
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, just because it was free, easiest way to do it. But I don't know, man. People just weren't biting, which also could have been because of the style of music I was making. I wasn't making any sort of beats that were, you know, that could have been played on the radio. Put it that way. Just wasn't into that. But
Who are you making beats for?
I guess it was more of like a dream mentality, but I was like, I really want lyricists to be on my beats because I like having minimal like type of production where it's like really sample driven and the drums just kind of there to help carry the flow and like the rhythm of it. And I felt like lyricists, like, you know, like Earl Sweatshirt, anybody that kind of hops on like the Alchemist or Madlib type of instrumentals where it's all just I feel like it's very lyrical. I don't know.
But it's
That was
not,
kind of
it's
what I was
not
hoping
like,
for.
that's not where the money's at necessarily.
Yeah, no.
It's less, you know, catchy.
Way less fun. Talking about a lot of problems on those types of beats. So you know, no, I guess.
Y'all heard that one Earl Sweatshirt beat? It's like, there's like a song. It's like super bad.
Oh, it's East. Talking about East, where it's like. Doo-doo.
Yeah, that one.
It sounds like a fucking Pirates of the Caribbean.
That was funny.
Nah, that's going left field, man. Like that is. I think that happens after you drain all your creative juices of doing like one thing really well for a long time. And you're just like, I have to do something different.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
It's Earl Sweatshirt. Like nobody's blaming him.
yeah, not
He's
true.
just doing his thing.
MF Doom was on a lot of weird shit, like just really weird type of beats. Like
Food.
Yeah, and food. Even like, I forgot what his first album was called, but he has a song on it with his brother, and like the idea behind it is about time, and in the song the tempo keeps switching, and him and his brother keep switching like verses, and their flows keep, you know, kind of adjusting to the tempo of the beat, and it's just all wonky and weird. Like that to me is super cool, and I just was hoping that the type of stuff that I was making would cater to artists that wanted to, I don't know, go that direction, but I don't know, just maybe not the reality of it.
So you feel like you kind of have to, not necessarily sell out, but like make stuff that you wouldn't necessarily listen to in order to make money in this industry?
Honestly, in a way, yeah. Just because you kind of have to do what the masses like if you want to sell. I think, at least. I don't quite know because I haven't really sold that kind of music for one, much less sold many beats. Like, so I don't really know what people want, but it seems to me, at least from the time that I've worked here at the studio and sat in on several sessions, most of the beats that people like are, you know, trap beats. A lot of 808s, real fast BPMs, like 140 plus type shit. So definitely have had to adjust my style in the past couple months and just like the type of instrumentals I'm making, just to adjust to this environment, I think.
What about you? Who are you making beats for?
Who I'm making beats for? I love to make beats for anybody and
But,
any and everybody.
If I
you
could
could.
choose.
If I could choose one artist to send a beat to right now,
Yeah.
Drake or Future.
Big dogs, okay.
Drake or Future.
I don't blame you for that, because once Drake hops on anything, like
Drake or Future.
your name is out there. I feel that.
True.
Yeah, everybody knows it.
You?
I'd have to say Kendrick.
Kendrick?
I just kind of, I always felt that way.
Yeah. Kendrick's cool. Lyricist.
But yeah, he definitely, like, I feel like with Kendrick, you know, he makes his music and he puts in all the music that he wants to make, but then he throws in like a song or two that's for, you know, the people.
Mm.
And it's just catchy.
I feel that. I don't know. I mean, hard to say. It's hard to speak on Kendrick. He's been missing for the past 5-6 years, other than what he did with Baby Keem. But that was not what I would have expected out of Kendrick to, you know, come out of hiding with. I feel that.
I mean, to me, it just sounded like they were in the studio having fun.
True. I think that's what matters. Does making music or working with anything music related feel like work to you?
Not in the sense that like going to my part-time job does. No. I do like struggle a lot with sitting down and like actually making a beat because sometimes I'm just like, man, I feel like watching TV right now.
Mm.
But it's been a big problem. If you don't make beats, you can't sell beats.
Yeah, that's true.
Nah, it's not work.
No,
Nah,
I
it's
feel
not
that.
work.
Yeah. Anything relating to sound or music, I feel that. Just
I
doesn't.
think it just depends. I think making a beat, no. I think recording, somewhat. I don't really think it feels like work until you start mixing and mastering though.
Having to listen to things over and over.
Yeah.
And I hate when I'm editing a beat or anything like that, and you're just playing the same like 4 to 8 bars in a loop. You just listen to that for like 30 minutes straight.
Mixing headphones because I'm in an apartment late at night, and I can't stand that stuff.
Yeah, mixing in headphones is deceiving. Because honestly, especially if they're over the ear ones, like I just feel like since the sound is like right there, it's gonna sound pretty good most of the time, unless it's really terribly mixed or like levels are just way crazy. But I don't know. I feel like it's deceiving because I've mixed in headphones. I thought it sounded really good and everything was loud and leveled properly. Then I play it on like car speakers and it's not even as loud as I thought it would be. I'm like, damn. I don't know.
Yeah, that's been a big thing for me with the mixing in headphones because like a lot of times I'm forced to do it, but for a while it's all I did until I got my monitors and then I set them up and it just didn't sound right. So it's definitely been a challenge to try and figure out how to mix on different types of things.
Are you looking to improve your mixing out here?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. For me, the mix is like
It's everything.
a bad mix just ruins the
Yeah.
whole song for me. Like even some of the you're talking about Doom.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of his songs are really bad mixes for me. It's just like
Yeah.
I would really want to listen to it, but then I get to the point where I'm like, wow.
That bad, huh? Damn.
No, I mean like same with Doom, still gonna listen to it. But you know what I mean. Yeah, that was like probably my main focus was working on my mix.
Yeah.
Because my drums were way too quiet, and then once I brought my drums up, all my other stuff was way too quiet, and it's just been like constant tweaking.
Yeah, man. I feel like I didn't even know how important mixing was, like really, until maybe over the pandemic, honestly, was when I first started paying attention. Like, oh wow, this doesn't sound as good as it really could. Like after trying to compare myself to like how the beats that I was making sounded to even, I wouldn't even say professionals, but like people who had like 15,000 or 20,000 followers on Instagram, like their music still sounded cleaner and better. And I was just like, damn, I can't even make my shit sound as good as somebody who's like, not even really popping like that.
Do you still feel that way?
No, not as much. Definitely not as much. I just think like, honestly, in the sessions I've sat on and seeing Akia, like how she works, I've like just tried to mimic that. Obviously, I can't get it exactly how she's gonna do it because her workflow is like way quicker. But there are some things that I've seen in those sessions that I've tried to apply, and I think it does help. It's really like a lot of like EQing and compression and like stacking it and limiting and like putting them in the right order. And I'm still trying to mess around with it though. I think it's gotten better. Like my mixes have gotten louder, but
It's definitely different watching Akia do it. I thought I was doing something until I got here, really, and I see that I got a little ways to go.
for real, so much to learn, man. Like I really did think I knew more than I did in a sense. Not in like a cocky way, but just more like, oh yeah, I've done that. Like I've made pretty good mixes. I think, yeah, coming here, dude, nah, it's on a different level, actual different level. But I guess it's a big reason as to why I'm here. Gotta learn.
But it's like what you were talking about with the clean mixes. I mean, it's really all attention to detail. than here, they're focused on making it sound professional.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people at home, they're just focused on making something sound cool.
Yeah. Or making something that they like.
Yeah.
I think making something at home can definitely suffer in quality, especially if you have people around you who are like your really good friends, and they hear it and they're like, yeah, man, this shit sounds great. Yeah, this is bumping.
What do you feel like is the first step into working towards a clean mix or a good mix? Like,
I guess like from what I've experienced, like leveling first.
Yeah.
Like I make sure the levels sound good before I put any sort of EQ or compression on any track.
For me, it's just asking other people how my mix sounds. Because, like, a lot of the times I can't hear it. I've listened to the mix too many times. So I ask Kia or Dre, Mike, somebody, and, or, like, even just my roommates, you know, they'll tell me. Like, if the hi-hat's too loud, they'll make sure to roast me for it. So,
Those high frequencies, man.
yeah.
I definitely think leveling is the most important part.
Yeah.
Ooh, at the start, anyway. I think leveling.
Leveling for sure.
How do you guys do leveling? Like, what do you start with?
Well, honestly, what I do is like I solo out each like track. So like single out the snare, single out the kick or the synths or the keys, and I just like put the volume knob all the way down to 0, and I just lift it up until it's not as abrasive, I guess. And then I just mute that one after I leveled it, and I just go on to the next one. Keep doing that. And it really helps because, some one-shots that I've downloaded off the internet are, like, way too loud or way too, low. So it really does help. Sometimes on the mixing board, it just looks crazy because one will be near the bottom, and then another one could be, like, near the top. So
Yeah.
I think it's really important, though. It levels it out.
I think that, and make sure you're not clipping. I think it's two important things when you get into mixing, recording.
What's the best advice that you've gotten so far in pursuing music professionally?
Pursuing it, just really keep going. You're going to fail. You're going to be rejected. It's not a quick hustle. You got to keep working at it. Pretty much so.
But,
I guess just the best advice. For me, the best advice has just been, like, you're not going to do anything unless you do it, Like, you can make beats all day long, but if you're not playing them for people, nobody's ever going to buy it.
yeah. Okay.
What advice would you give yourself when you first started, like from what you know now to like when you first started?
Don't be afraid to show other people your music, or like don't be shy about it, and learn how to take constructive criticism, or even just criticism in general, because not everybody's criticism is going to be constructive, but there still may be truth to it.
Gotcha.
Don't spend too much time perfecting one thing. It's like work on one beat for a whole week. It's like you could have made a bunch more in that amount of time.
Hell yeah, man! You see, there's like videos of Nick here making like 6 beats in like an hour.
Yeah.
That shit is ridiculous.
I would say for me, probably learning basics. It doesn't really matter, how much money you spend on the software if you don't know how to use it. Plugins, it don't matter if you don't know how to use it. So I say learn the basics first.
Making music though is so vast. Like there's so much to know. I mean, I feel like even in the basics of it, it's like you have to learn what VSTs are, and then you have to go to like learning the mixing board and learning how to use plugins and like when to apply them. And I mean, it's like I feel like it's just never ending, dude. Like I feel like I'm always learning basics. They just keep coming back.
I guess really you just got to figure out what you got to learn first, because
It's hard to do with no guidance, though. I mean, I feel like most of my music journey has been done with no guidance from anybody. Even like, you know, a lot of my family, like, they were kind of supportive at first when I wanted to do music. They're just like, okay, cool. But it hasn't really been until the past 6 months that they're like, okay, cool. Like, you can actually work professionally with music, and like you can make that happen. Like, I don't know. Nobody has ever been like, hey, you know, like when I was at this stage of my music career, this is what I did. So I feel like everything I do, man, is basically off the cuff. Like, I wouldn't even know where to start with basics type shit. Like, I was probably learning the wrong things when I first started.
Some truth to that.
I don't know. Like, have you guys gotten much guidance in terms of music?
I mean,
How to do anything?
I started off in church running a soundboard, so I kind of learned leveling and trying to get certain voices to, you know, stand out or, you know, blend or, you know, whatever. So I kind of learned that at an early age, so, and then I kind of went from there. That's kind of where it started.
I mean, as far as music itself, like I've had a lot of like, instructors, teachers. I mean, I went to college for music, but as far as this, it's been really mostly for the tech side of things. It's been here and just either YouTube or Udemy. I mean, like online, there's a lot of really good resources out there for
That's true.
really cheap. I mean, I'm taking a Udemy course right now on mixing. It's just like, it's stuff I already know, but you go back to the basics and you catch little things that you missed. And it was like $15 for 9 hours worth of class.
It's not bad. I mean, that's cool. I feel like in this environment, though, like when you're around other producers and engineers, it's like it's real cutthroat because everybody wants to be successful, you know, and they're, in a sense, like in their own lane. You know? At least from what I've found, not too many people like seem to want to share knowledge, like want to. You know, it's more like if it comes up, then fuck it, I'll tell you. But that's just how it feels.
It's true.
I just think it's like maybe the business aspect of it. If you give away too much sauce, you lose your business. You know?
It's true.
Maybe it's a lonely journey. Either way, that's something we're gonna have to learn here at AMI.
You sound like a Drake bar.
Getting emotional in here, man.
Oh, we can cut out the awkward silence.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Fuck. You guys like video games?
Not really, actually.
No?
Outside of sports, nah.
It's like sport video games, like
Yeah.
Madden and 2K and shit. Yeah. I don't really like sports games. I tried to play 2K because I got an Xbox, and it came with 2K.
Have you ever thought about sound design in video games?
No, I'm not.
I thought about it. I thought about doing that, and the assignment we had with the one summer night, adding effects to words and kind of creating that picture like in the background. It had me thinking about doing like, you know, maybe like kids books or something like that.
Yeah.
Had me thinking
Like
about something
audiobooks?
audiobooks. Yeah.
I think working with sound is pretty vast because I actually came across a TikTok where someone was talking about submitting your music to music libraries because, you know, it basically like the TV people that just go through these music libraries and they're like, oh, this will match mood for this scene. You can get picked up like that. But I mean, that's just some shit like I don't even think about. Working in like commercials probably is like its own lane. Getting your music on the commercials, or even just working with sound design in commercials.
Yeah. I'm sure there's like a lot of niche careers like that in the music industry. But it's interesting because I've always wondered, you know, like, are they making music specifically for a video game, or does somebody just go make a song and then they try to pitch it, get it sold to somebody, and I guess the music library thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
I know somebody who, like, I met him back when I attended college for a year, but he was into making music, but he was solely into making more like techno stuff. And he wanted to make video games and put his music into video games, so it's something similar.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's very cool. But, yeah.
Okay. Content. What would be good for content?
Well, I think we've introduced ourselves. We talked about what we're into relating to music. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else introductory other than those few things.
Who are you
Who am I?
outside of music?
Outside
People,
of music.
people don't just want to hear you talk about music all day.
Mm.
They want to know you as individuals, as brands. Each of y'all, each of us are a brand. As soon as we walk out the door, we're a brand.
Yeah.
So how are you going to differentiate yourself as a brand? How are you going to market yourself? How are you putting yourself out there to get clients, presentations, purchases, notoriety as a brand? Who are you?
Damn.
It's deep.
Damn. You know, honestly, as a brand, I don't think I have a brand.
Yeah, but who are you?
Well,
Start as
me.
I am.
Okay. Such and such. Okay. I am not a human being. No, I'm just kidding. That's a little Wayne bar. I am a dude who likes music and anything creative. I just like any sort of medium that is creative, like movies and even art, like paintings or drawings. I guess TV could be considered art. You know, still a form of media. Music, of course. Anything having to do with being like, I guess you'd say like open-minded, because I feel like with art you have to be open-minded. That's just me though. So anything relating to that. One of my goals is to, not goals, but more like my dreams is to go to a nude beach. Ultimate freedom. On the beach. How could you beat that? That's what I'm talking about. Freedom, you know what I'm saying? Ultimate freedom. But I like that. I like to eat. I'm not gonna lie. I really love food. I find myself talking about food more often.
We turned this into like a dating
Oh,
profile now.
I'm trying to introduce myself. You know what I'm talking about? If you see me in the streets, we can talk about cookout.
This is not Tinder, bro.
Okay. Okay. All right. I mean, you know, I guess. Damn, I gotta think about that. I don't know the fuck I am.
Okay, Zach.
I mean, like, I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't know what. Like, you mean you say, who am I?
Yeah, who are you?
Zach,
It's a very simple question.
last name.
If you don't know who you are, you are not living right.
I just
Don't go the Tinder bio route though.
wash cars and make beats all day. That's me.
That's all you do. That's all.
That's not true.
If somebody was saying at your quote unquote funeral, that's all they would have to say. He sells cars and makes beats. That's it. That's all. AKA his name was Stoneface as well. That's
Maybe.
Damn.
Maybe I'm trying to change that.
See?
Open ideas, by the way. It's a tough question. I don't know, like
who am I?
Who are you trying to be then?
Oh shit. That's another layer, man.
I guess I'm trying to be somebody who can just do what they like to do every day and not have to worry about going and doing something for somebody else that I'm not, focused on.
So you want to be self-made. Basically, be your own
self-made,
boss.
yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot, man. I feel that.
That would be cool.
So do you want to be
really should have set the mic over here.
Mm-hmm.
That's that mic. Ain't too late. We can edit this shit out.
See, the who am I question is, it's just like, damn, how do you answer that? Other than like, I'm a guy who likes to make music. Who am I? Damn. Dre just sent me into an existential crisis. I will have to contact my therapist. No, I was playing.
I feel like that's
Like
been
you
my
got a
biggest
cable over
struggle though, is I don't know what my brand, I don't know what I want that to be yet. I like,
We're not as figured out yet, man. We're freaking. We're like the turtles that just got hatched, and we're trying to make our way across the sand and not get eaten by birds and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Birds eat turtles.
I think so. Wait, who eats the damn turtles?
No, usually things with teeth.
Shit, you don't think the birds just?
They only eat the leftovers.
Damn.
They're the bums of.
The seagulls and shit. Okay, well, man, the metaphor was basically we're like babies trying to make our way into the vast, vast ocean. We're making our way across the sand right now, confused and scared, a little lost.
Antoine, do you have any enlightening thoughts to add that so I can have some time to think?
Yeah. Okay. Answer the initial question. Who are you?
I mean, who am I? I'm a father. If somebody asked at a funeral, I'll say a father, sports junkie.
So the people can talk to you about sports.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't talk to me about sports. I have no.
Oh, we still rolling.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're rolling the whole time.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, that, and then
All the
as
awkward
far as who I
silence.
want to be, I would say a successful businessman in the music industry. If it doesn't work out as engineering or producing, I guess I could be a A&R, some type of promoter or something. So just being able to be successful in that industry is what I aspire to do and be.
Okay, cool.
Seems like you have it more figured out. I mean,
But see, for me, like I can narrow it down to I want to create. I definitely do want to produce and work with artists. So I know that much. I just don't necessarily know exactly what route I want to take in that. I definitely would like to get to a point where I'm working with artists that I, choose, or that choose me.
okay.
Some WD-40 for that shit.
Now put some. All you gotta do is get some cooking spray, right? Because it's oil, and you just spray the. I'm not even kidding, man. Try this. You can try this at home, bro. If you have squeaky doors or anything squeaky, get some cooking spray or oil, and either like wipe it on there or spray it on it. I swear, I'm not even kidding.
Bro, this nigga got roaches.
No, bro. My house is clean as fuck. That shit is clean.
Why did you get different
No.
report?
No. Okay, because. Okay, that's a good point, but. Your boy went to Dollar General. Okay, I got some oil. I just saw a video about it, and I tried it, and it works. My door hasn't squeaked.
You're rubbing Sherman on his
My
door
door.
hinges.
And always trying to roast me about something.
You said it.
He put himself
Open
out
your
there.
mouth.
All right.
You brought that shit up.
Okay. You're right. I was just trying to offer some friendly advice about some squeaky doors, but it's all good.
I use Vaseline.
Vaseline.
That's even better than stuff to cook food with.
Damn.
You're spraying your door with garbage, technically.
Am I really? Garbage.
If it's not being used for cooking, it's automatically garbage.
Oh my god. Never thought about it that way. I thought about it as a multi-use item in my home.
Call fucking cooking spray!
Hey, do you know that chemists can? Okay. This is divergent from the original topic. Let's get back to it. You know what I'm saying? Not talking about how roaches. I don't have roaches.
Let's hope not.
I
got roaches because I live in Raleigh on the first floor, but I kill them pretty quick.
Okay, and they're big right now.
Yeah,
so.
that's a fair statement.
Yeah, that's a very fair statement. You get nothing but moisture.
Yeah.
Please do a PSA and say, do not use cooking spray on stuff that's not food.
Okay, just look at, you know what I'm saying? Just consult Google before you make any final decisions. Okay, chemists can use, certain chemicals for other things, right? So in a way they're like magicians.
This
so
is oil we're talking about. This is butter.
okay, what else do they use oil in? Come on, brain. Damn. All right, I think I've lost this one, so I'm just gonna retreat back.
Wait, you lost it way as soon
I'm gonna
as you started
say,
talking,
don't use oil on your door
no,
door,
don't
your door
use
hinges.
cooking oil.
Don't use cooking oil. Yes, be more specific. Or maybe try it if you want to. But I'm not advocating
So
for
you're
it.
trying to fry egg on your door handle?
Nah, man. I'm just trying to reduce the amount of squeakiness that the door has, and the way that I fixed it, me personally, was by grabbing some cooking spray, sprayed it on the door hinge, and it's all good. It's all good. I have not seen roaches yet, so it's been a while. It's been at least a couple months. So,
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna hold my tongue.
Now go ahead, sir. You seem to have a lot on your mind.
Nah, because I feel like I'm gonna get roasted if I talk about cooking oil some more. I was gonna say, if you want to use cooking oil to reduce the sound of creakiness on your door, try it out. It'll work. I'm putting the stamp of approval on it. Actually, I'm not backing down. I'm going full force. Cooking oil on the door hinges. Until it's tested and it doesn't work, then you guys can. You know what I'm saying? So try some cooking oil on that door. It will work.
Okay, so apparently you are a guy who likes to put cooking oil on door hinges and door handles.
Well,
You produce and make beats.
He likes to eat.
I like to cook.
You like eating a lot.
Yes.
And apparently Cookout is one of your favorite outdoor restaurants.
See, now that you're repeating it back to me, I realize how much I talk about food, and I'm gonna have to talk about different parts of myself other than the food lover.
You used to lift about 340 pounds maxed out.
Now he lifts like 740 pounds.
These are
Reps.
lies. But actually, you know what? Nah, he's right. Yeah, 700 for reps.
Sweet.
That can definitely be verified.
That's your brand for right now.
So I'll work on that.
You're the foodie musician
The
who
foodie
benches a lot of weight.
Yeah. Catch me on TikTok. I got the best food advice. Whether it's reducing squeakiness on doors with something food related, or actually going to restaurants to enjoy some food. Okay. Brand, you're right. I gotta start somewhere, and then I can just move on from there. Building blocks.
Yeah, there are T-shirts for stuff like that.
I want to be like Anthony Bourdain, but with music. You know how he was like eating a bunch of food, and then actually I think Action Bronson already pretty much does it. Damn.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
But
Little late
you
on
might can make a new invention and start making food and beats on door handles.
On door handles.
Yeah, you can bring a little frying pan with your little cooking oil just to be on brand.
Okay.
And every time you make a beat or you're cooking, you're right on the door handle. You're just spraying it, fixing it, and then you're making some heat and some beats.
I bet I could. I bet I could make a whole beat off of sampling cooking spray on the door handle. I use the squeak of the door, Wale did that in one of his songs, Creaking of the Bed. So I'll use that. The spray can be the snare. You know what I'm saying?
That's your assignment for the week. I want to hear that.
Shake the ball a little bit. Wait, what? Damn.
And next time we have a podcast, you're going to play it, and we're going to listen to it.
The cooking spray beat.
Yes.
Shit.
That's your brand now. You need about
All right, if I actually make this beat, If I actually,
this, you have to now.
No, this is your brand now. I'm telling you. I'm not. I'm not asking no more. I'm telling you, this is your brand now.
okay, all right. Well, as an intern at AMI, I'm now the foodie venture who likes music.
Who are you as a brand? What is your name as a brand? Intern at AMI is what you do. That's one of the things you do. But as a brand, what is your brand name?
The Pebble, because I'm like the Rock, but I'm a lot smaller. Can you smell what I'm cooking? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's pretty good.
Can you smell my cooking spray? Okay.
Yeah, you can smell it around the door.
Can you smell the residue of dust and cooking spray? I could be, yeah, and you know what? I like that. Maybe I'll shorten it to the Peb. Call me Peb. Peb.
Okay.
You bitch too must be called Pet.
I'm the Little Rock. You can call me the capital of Arkansas, you know what I'm saying? Little Rock. Yes, sir. Little Rock, Arkansas.
That brand's already taken.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah. By a whole state.
Okay.
you can't do that one.
No.
Sorry.
Okay, you know, you ever heard of Flatbush Zombies?
Yeah.
Michi Darko, he has tons of different nicknames, so that could, you know. The capital of Arkansas, Little Rock, Pebble, Peb. That's already like 4, man. That is 4 different nicknames. I'm creating a brand right now.
Fruity
On
Pebs.
camera. No!
He just destroyed you.
All right, that's canceled. That's canceled. That whole thing is canceled. Don't call me Pebs. Can I be Cocoa Pebble? I mean, or PB Pebbles? Damn.
The fruitiest pebble.
Okay, call me Reese's Puffs. All right. Okay. Yeah, he just destroyed that whole idea. We could just cancel that already. Damn, the rise and fall of Rome. Tragic.
You're steadily going downhill.
Tragic.
The whole time.
Somebody else take the mic.
He said
Somebody else.
It's going to the left.
And got caught another rock, and then they said, ooh.
And it feels so right. You know. No, okay. Not even a chuckle.
So,
Well, that's all from Dev Cooks right now. Somebody else take the mic.
That was okay.
Somebody else take the mic.
well, currently my brand name is Stoneface, and I don't like it. So,
Why was it Stoneface?
I don't know. It's what I was feeling at the time.
Were you upset?
But I mean, like, I did it. I needed to make an Instagram, and I still haven't posted on that Instagram. It's like I'm having a difficult time finding what I want to do publicly. You know, it's like I spend a lot of time just brainstorming something until it just gets stagnant, and then it just sits there, and I don't do it. You know.
I'll tell you from experience. Do not do that.
Exactly.
Don't.
How did you land on your brand? Like, where did the retro come from?
The guy you met outside, he gave me that nickname, and I just rolled with it from there.
Oh, really?
To be honest.
I think you just did the same thing for me.
Yep.
Dev Cooks.
Congrats.
Man. I'm gonna lay awake at night thinking about that.
I think that's it, bro.
Wonderful.
But I think really like I'm not gonna know what I want my brand to be until I get to that point where I'm like actually putting stuff out there and trying to make a brand. And I think that's really what I need to work on right now as a producer the most. Because I mean, the quality of my stuff has been getting a lot better, but it's not getting out to anybody.
That's the case for so many of us music creators.
Gotta learn how to flood the streets.
Right.
How do you deal with people though, if you are being pushy about your own music? How do you deal with people being like, "Get the fuck away from me with that bullshit"? Like, what if they start getting all up in your face about it?
Go find somebody else.
So fuck it. I mean, that's an awkward ass situation. I guess what I'm saying is, how do I get over the anxiety of being pushy with that, with my own art?
You have to go out and do it. That's the only way to really get rid of it. You have to go out and market, obviously it's going to be a learning curve because you may not either going to school or being around the right people that tells you this is how you do such and such. That's why when you're in an environment that has people that have that knowledge, that's why it's important to ask questions and really sit in and just really observe how this works. But you apply. You don't just watch. You apply. That's what a lot of people don't like to do, or they forget about the application of what you learn and gather. You don't sit and watch. You have to apply what you learn, because if you don't apply what you learn, then you don't go anywhere. You're stagnant. You can think and apply all day about ideas that are amazing, but if you don't apply or put anything to work, it's gonna be trash because nobody knows about it, or you haven't learned the good and bads and differences from that situation. That's what you can gain and push forward to do something else. And you never know what day somebody can see that and say, get you. All it takes is one person to push you to that next level. But you got to keep putting it out there and building and showing people this is what you do, or you do this, that, and that. So it's really about consistency and figuring out your learning, the goods and bads and differences of what you've done.
Yeah. That's smart.
Who do you market to? How do you know who to market to? Like, is it just put it out there and whoever listens, or is it supposed to be more of a targeted sort of outreach?
You target once your target finds you. At least from my experience, there may be a more educated answer, quote unquote, for it, but just from my experience anyway, you target who finds you. So whoever likes your stuff, they're gonna keep liking it. Obviously, once you start building up the catalog and money, then that's when you can start really getting specific and start seeing the trends of who's watching at what time, what areas. And we have so much information now. We could all have a little subscription to whatever site that can get that information and really just pinpoint our ads and sponsor posts to those people so they can buy. Because we're going for the engagement of purchases, not just the people who scroll and watch. We're looking for engagement. We're not looking for just watchers. We're looking for buyers. And that's not just for actual purchase, but people who are giving time and interacting and sharing to other people.
Some good advice. Thank you, Retro Dre, man behind the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure this out next time.
I kind of like the ominous voice though.
I
You know,
do too.
from
That'll just be our thing.
behind the curtain. Like, that's cool. He's the knowledge, and we're the
Dre's
students.
the Wizard of Oz back there.
Exactly. Man behind the curtain. There you go.
So, if y'all had to develop, I'm not gonna say a 5 year, but a 2 to 3 year plan for yourselves, what would it be?
Antoine, you go first.
2 to 3 year plan.
Yeah.
2 to 3 year plan. I would want to be working more, I guess, at a more steady pace with what I'm already doing, as far as recording and things like that. Of course, build a bigger brand. I definitely have to network better. If it's one weakness I have, it has to be that. It's just because that's my personality, kind of
It's kind of a
laid back.
I don't know if it's a general producer thing, but it may be just a creative thing. Most
Well, introvert.
Yeah, I'm an introvert.
Yeah,
so,
most
you
creative
know.
people kind of.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say all, but I'd say possibly most or some are introverts. So it's harder for people like us to actually get out and network, market, and talk to people. But the people who get to that higher level are able to break out of that and switch into the other personality of knowing, all right, I have to do this for business, or I'm doing this to market myself and get better and more exposure, because if I don't, I'm gonna be the broke introvert. No one wants to be that person. Because if you don't say anything, you don't get fed.
Yeah.
You say you got kids, right? Your father.
Yeah, one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's a whole different burden that some people don't
Yeah.
even have. I got another mouth to feed now.
Yeah.
I'm not. It ain't just me.
And burden not in the bad way.
Yeah, I get you. I got you.
You have to make that clear for the people out listening.
Go ahead, got you.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say burden. My bad.
I got you.
Responsibility.
That's a
That's a whole nother responsibility.
yeah.
It's
I got you.
Like a
Dependent.
yeah. Burden that's a tough word.
It's a kid, man. It's a child.
It's a child.
You're taking care of a child.
But people do that with their dogs too. So
Yeah.
But wait, I inadvertently said that because some people do look at their kids as burdens. Some people look,
anybody holding them as a burden.
Mhm.
Husbands, wives.
yeah, because some people look at kids as if you wasn't here, I could be doing such and such more, or you stopped me from doing whatever, or I'm stuck here because of you. So so some people say, oh, kids are quote unquote mistakes. Not necessarily. If you weren't ready for such to be in the world, then that's still on you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because they had the choice of whatever they were doing, to
Gotcha.
get to that point. But to spin off that, that's another reason that you have to go a little harder than some other people because I have a little one. So
Yes, sir. That's it.
2-3 year plan.
to the three,
My turn.
to the 3 year plan.
Okay. For me, I want to build up a presence, social media and just like in person with clients. Have a set group of people that are ready to work and get in the studio and just be serious about making music. I don't know. I suppose in 2 to 3 years, I'd want to be at a point where I'm doing this professionally and I'm able to do it full time. But for right now, I want to start with just finding somebody who, I like, but also likes my music and just kind of work with them. Start getting better.
Well, the person that may give you funds, you may not quote unquote like their music all that much.
Right. But like at the same time, I want to find somebody that I do find talented.
Yeah.
Work
It's
with
preferably.
I'm not gonna work like that. Yeah.
Are you open to at some point trying to build the talent?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, like I like to think that I can see some potential, so I'd like to, be able to work with that. Find somebody. I know that my beats aren't perfect. I make some crappy beats pretty often, so I'm not saying that every song that somebody makes has to be good for me to work with them. But what I am saying is like for somebody that I'm gonna actually invest a good share of my time into, I want it to be somebody that I think is gonna go places.
Because I'm going to tell you like this: there are jobs that you do to pay the bills, and jobs that you do for fun,
Yeah.
and that you really enjoy. Now, the jobs that pay the bills, they may pay a little more, but the ones that you do for fun sometimes may not pay as much, but you still enjoy to do those, maybe a little more, but you still at the end of the day have to pay the bills. So that's kind of why I hit you with that other point and go.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And like I'm not like I wouldn't turn down an artist to work with them for any reason. It's just personal projects like collaboration. I want to seek out artists that I share some interest with.
It's hard, man. I tried to do that with one of the people. Honestly, he was a really good friend, but he was very talented, and still is. But I put like 6+ months into working with this dude on so many songs, and he recorded like a good amount. But one, we never actually released it because he just didn't want to, and then his personal life just got real busy, so he kind of just abandoned music in a sense for like 6+ months after that.
Right.
So it was just kind of like, damn, waiting in limbo. I put a lot of time into working with him, and it was like the same thing. Like I thought that he had a lot of potential as a lyricist and as an artist, but I guess like maybe there'll be another opportunity. Like, I get what you're saying, but you know, in one experience I've had, it's a little disheartening. Like, spending that much time not getting like the opposite amount of effort. But
As far as working with other people, you got the main thing you got to ask when you start working with them is what are their goals, because don't start offhand talking about prices. Ask what is your goal, because the price that I am giving such person is going to help achieve those goals. The video, music, or whatever, marketing is going to help achieve the goal. Let's say somebody wants to get more exposure or hit these numbers. I'm going to offer my services at this price so you can achieve that goal. You don't really talk about the service as much on hand, but talk about how the service is going to help the client achieve that goal. So knowing that before you work with anyone, friends, family, whoever, you have to ask them and know what their goal is. And that so you don't try to waste time if they're not really serious about it. Because them telling you the goal can really pinpoint if they're really serious or trying to really take it to the next level. So just get that information when you start out.
that's good advice. Something I did not ask. It was just kind of like, oh, you like to make music? Oh, this is the music that you make? That's really dope. All right, let's get it. Yeah. No ifs, ands, or buts, but I guess when it comes to personal time, it's worth something.
You gotta start thinking of this as a business, not just as a hobby. We love and enjoy to do this, but we one day want to have this be our main source of income. Obviously, we may have other things we do on the side or whatever, but we're here. We like to do this because we want this one day to be the main thing that we can eat off of. And we ain't got to worry about going to a job that they pay us under minimum wage or at minimum wage or barely above. And they treat us like whatever, and they don't care about us that much. Give us long hours and overwork us. We don't want to keep working that type of lifestyle, so we want to make sure that what we're putting our time into really benefits. So the day that we can say, all right, this is what I do, I don't have to do this job anymore or whatever, we can make this what we really profit off of.
That's a dream. Solely profiting off music shit. That would be a part of my 2 to 3 year plan, for sure. Get to the point of making money.
Definitely.
I guess on that, for me, the 2 3 year plan would be like have more social media presence and learn how to market myself better, how to brand myself properly, and in a way that can catch attention. And honestly, have a full-time position at a studio working as an engineer somewhere. I feel like that's the goal for many of us in this type of position. But definitely, that's really all I want to focus on the next 2 3 years. I feel like it's a big mountain to climb to actually gather a lot of followers.
It's not about having a lot of followers. It's about having followers that engage and buy into what you're doing. It's not about the numbers. It's about the output of the people or the quality of the people that are following you, per se. It's not the numbers. It's the value you get from the people. People can have 1 million followers but only get checks from 50 of them or 500. That's a very low ratio. You don't want that to be you. You would like to have at least, let's say, about 30 and up, roughly. That might be a little low, but still, you don't want to be the 10%. Like that's a 10% rule. At least 10% or above that actually are active and engaging with you.
Definitely would not even say I have 10% at the moment.
Because people just watching you for the most part. They don't care. They're not buying in. You want the people to engage with you. And for that, you got to offer these people value. what is my value for looking at this page, this channel, just coming in the studio recording? People may try to do this themselves, but they run into issues because they don't know much. That's why they may need us for help. That's what we get value. They don't have to worry about setting up equipment or trying to do everything. It may be cheaper as shorthand, but in the long run, the quality suffers because of the equipment that we have available and personnel, knowledge.
Yeah.
It's all about the wealth of knowledge. Our value is our knowledge of what we do. That's our main value. That's what people come in for, our knowledge of how to get them sounding good or recording the greatest songs that they ever made. That's our value as AMI Studios. What is your value as a brand? They come look at you, what is your value? They come look at your page, or they come talk to you, what's your value? You, what's your value? You, what's your value? What's mine? I would say information, great music, great insight,
Video.
helpful insight.
Yeah. So gotta start focusing on what I can give to the people.
Value.
What kind of value?
Yeah. Education, entertainment. Or for other people, erotica.
OnlyFans.
That's your thing, man. Fruity Pebble.
Yeah, we're back on. Nah, I rebranded to Dev Cooks, man. We're cutting out that segment.
Oh, man.
Fruity fucking pebbles. God damn.
And on that note, I think we can wrap here. If you have no idea who I am behind the camera, behind the microphone, my name is Retro Dre, RETRO d.r.e on Instagram, Retro Dre _ on Twitter, and Retro Dre on YouTube. Also have an album on all streaming platforms called It Will Never Be the Same everywhere. Retro Dre, that is me. And you are hearing this podcast at AMI Studios, on the best studio in the world, and especially the best in North Carolina. And we have the 3 interns over there, and you are listening to the Tip podcast. You can get a little bit, or you can get the whole thing, whatever you like. That's on you. Shout out your social media, sir, and what you do.
At Dev Kinsella on Instagram. Hit me up on Twitter at official DJMK. Interact with me.
I'm Zach Mercer at ZCMercer27 on Instagram. Currently, that's it, but more coming soon.
Carter Boy 2521, making beats and recording.
And we also have here Akia the Great setting us up. Appreciate Akia for all she does. And we also have Super Bad in the studios behind all your greatest sounds and your greatest information as well. And we appreciate y'all for listening. And we gave y'all a little bit of a tip today. Y'all might get some more next time. Until y'all find out, we appreciate y'all. We are out of here.